Hello and welcome to the first episode of my driver career in F1 24, where I will make my debut in F2 with the hopes of getting into F1. So how about we get it started? So here we will be choosing the Mercedes Academy since Mercedes is my favorite team. So moving on. Now to choose a team, I've gone with Prema, and I will be racing alongside the great Oliver Behrman. So
With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the feature race tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So I've qualified P3, you can tell Oliver Behrman P5, but look at the gaps between all the drivers, especially the ones in the top three, 200s separating the top three drivers, it's crazy. So here, as we're getting ready for the feature race to begin, here we have one red light, two red light, three, four, five, and we're building up the revs, getting ready for the start, getting a very late reaction and a very horrible start compared to all the others. As we're moving down, hoping to hold our position, we're still in third, no one's pushed us. And we're going into turn 1, almost going around the outside of Theo Pourchaire, but we keep position in P3. Now we're just hoping for this race to go smooth sailing. It's our first debut race of F2. Now as we're getting to the end of the lap, we seem to have a run on Pourchaire here, on the main straight. We get tucked into a slipstream, holding position. Now we're gonna try to go down the inside of Theo Pourchaire, but he slightly blocks us. But anyways, we're gonna dive bomb Theo Pourchaire into turn 1, sending it, absolutely sending it, and we move up into second position.
Great maneuver, you made it look so easy.
Now as we're chasing down Daruvala, we have a slight mishap, we lock the rears and we go wide, allowing Pourchaire to overtake us once again. As we're going down the main straight, once again, we have a slipstream on Pourchaire. We get a target to overtake Pourchaire. Here we go, round the outside, into turn 1, outbrake Pourchaire, and go back up into P2 after my mistake. Not much happened for the rest of the race, but trying to catch Daruvala. But will we have luck out of the final corner? Will it be a photo finish? We have so much overspeed compared to Daruvala. It's going to be up to the line, and Daruvala just manages to get the race win.
Yes, I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but man, you pulled through. Thank you, well done.
As you can see, we got driver of the day from moving from P3 to P2 with our amazing drive. And here you can see the driver standings. Daruvala in first, us in second, Pourchaire in third, Hauger fourth, and our teammate in fifth. Then moving on to the constructor standings, you can see MP Motorsport in first, us in second, ART in third. So this is going to be a really close championship at this stage. Now here we are in Silverstone for round 2 of the F2 championship. As we have the light sequence now, 1 red light, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's going to get the better start, me or Daruvala? Lights out and away we go. Daruvala seeming to have a better start off the line. I have wheel spin and I lose position to Daruvala. But we managed to hold off the other drivers behind us, so we move on. Now, heading into the first turn, we brake quite late, hitting Daruvala in the back, slightly sliding, getting attacked by Pourchaire. But we managed to stay ahead of Pourchaire and keep our position in P2. Now as we're getting to the end of lap 1, here we're going into the second final corner and you can see Daruvala locks up, giving us first place of this race. This mistake could have costed Daruvala dearly. It could have costed him the race win, but we'll see. Nothing else really happened throughout the rest of the race besides me getting an objective and completing it.
Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work.
And as we go to the final lap of the race, we win the British Grand Prix.
Yes, 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 guys, yes! Come on, boys! Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
So another excellent win from Prema.
We've heard stories of drivers watching the race on the big screens while they're going around leading with that kind of advantage. I reckon that's what they were doing, you know, AJ.
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Now that was a race and a half for us. That was a really good redemption race to get back into the championship fight with Daruvala. Now moving on to the driver standings, you can see we are in first place by 3 points ahead of Daruvala, and then Theo Pourchaire and our teammate Oliver Behrman. Now moving on to the constructors standings, we are leading the constructors standings by 12 points. This is looking really good for the final race.
Welcome then to the United Arab Emirates. Our F2 drivers are on the grid and we're moments away from lights out for the start of the Formula 2 Abu Dhabi race. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Jehan Daruvala lines up on pole position, with Victor Martins alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have the rookie, Behrman, Enzo Fittipaldi, Hauger, Benavides, for sure, Pourchaire, Isaac Hadjar, Awasa, Stanek, Amory Cordial, Juan Manuel Correa, Novalak, Doohan, Leclerc, Zane Maloney, Boschon, Miney, Crawford, and Roy Nissany completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's get down to the track. It all comes down to this. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me, and for the final time this season, we're about to go racing. Alex, you're looking to sign off in some style.
So are the drivers and teams. It's a really important race for everyone here, despite the fact it's the end of the year. They know that everything they do in this event is going to echo for months through the end of the season.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance.
Now here we are in the final race of the F2 Championship. And Daruvala on pole, us in P4, we're going to have to finish ahead of Daruvala to win this championship. So here we go into the race. We have 5 red lights, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And lights out and away we go. We have a poor start compared to the people around us. Oliver Behrman overtakes us into the first turn. This is not looking good for us. But Daruvala has also been overtaken. As we go down the inside of Oliver Behrman, having a slow exit out of turn 1. And we move up into third, just behind Daruvala. Now, all we need to do is finish ahead of Daruvala to win the championship. As Daruvala has a better exit than I do from the last turn, Daruvala's fighting for first with Victor Martins. And as we're going into turn 6, Daruvala going round the outside of Martins. Martins defending quite nicely, and we managed to catch back up within distance. And I have a horrible exit out of turn 7, meaning I would be losing time on this straight. As we move on to lap 3, where DRS is activated, Daruvala has DRS on Martins. He will be going for the move. Will he go down the inside, round the outside? And he goes round the outside of Martins into turn 6, dive bombing him. Martins staying there though, side by side into turn 6, into turn 7, and Daruvala is ahead out of turn 7. I get an amazing exit and I overtake Martins immediately. And I also have DRS on Daruvala. I will be sending it on Daruvala. Will I go down the inside? I seem to go around the outside, switch it back onto the inside last second, sending it on Daruvala.
Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
And we move up into first position. In this place, we will win the championship.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
As you hear my engineer say, we're on the final lap. I'm still in first. Daruvala not far behind though. In this DRS zone, I will have to push. I'm gonna have to get such a good exit to keep Daruvala out of range of overtaking me. And as you can see, Daruvala not in DRS range. He will not have DRS for this first straight. But what will happen for the second straight? As we have a pretty mediocre exit out of the turn. I am 100% sure Daruvala will be gaining on me this straight. And as you can see, Daruvala 9/10 behind, going into turn 6. He will have DRS if he has a good exit of this next turn, which we have a pretty alright exit. But Daruvala so close behind, 6/10. If we want to keep this position, we're going to have to defend like crazy. We're going to have to keep the inside to ourselves. Watching Daruvala behind. Where's he going to go? Inside or outside? He chooses the outside. And I defend the inside line, holding it side by side through these turns. Daruvala still side by side, almost leaving him behind, but he manages to hold on. Through this next turn, he stays behind me. But going into the next turn, I slightly lock up my front right, and Daruvala gets side by side again. This is gonna go on to the final few corners. Still side by side with Daruvala, getting a slight bit of oversteer, but we stay ahead of Daruvala. We're gonna win the championship if we cross over the line. Now, going into the final corner, Daruvala not close enough behind. We go to the final corner, and we will be crowned the F2 champion.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys!
Fantastic! Yes, come on, we've won it! We are the drivers' world champion! What a result! Enjoy this one, my friend, enjoy it!
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now. We have a new Formula 2 World Drivers' Champion. Great effort there from Kramer to take the victory today.
And they've won the team's championship. Utterly brilliant. Such a small group of people that can work on these Formula 2 cars, and the driver is the hero of the day for that team.
Well, what a championship it has been. Young talent shining through once again. I've been Alex Jakes. My thanks to Alex Brundle and the whole team. We'll see you next year when Formula 2 returns.
And what a championship it has been. We managed to get the F2 championship narrowly. Behrman also finishes in P4, meaning we secure the Constructors' Championship as well as the Drivers' Championship. Now, moving on to the contract signatures, as we chose the Mercedes Academy at the beginning of our F2 season. The team we will be choosing is Williams, and our teammate will be Alexander Albon.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on, come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff. Merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you.
So, we are 75 rated at the end of our F2 season heading into F1. Alex Albon has 10% more recognition than us, which isn't a lot. Throughout the season, when we're battling our teammate, that might go up, might go down. But we are here to select our target rating, which will be put to the maximum we can, which is 84. We will challenge ourselves in every way possible in F1 to try to get better deals from other teams. And here we are, contract signed. As we move into our new home for F1, and here you can see us in our Williams overalls. And we will do the next race in episode 2 of my driver career. Thank you for watching.